Welcome. Well, you are at home with Jim and Joy, and you are an important part of our EWTN family. And we are delighted that you've welcomed us into your home, and we would love to hear from you. So send us an email with a question or a comment to jimandjoy@ewtn.com. Today, our guest is Alan Migliorato. Now, he is the author of a great book called Failing Forward. How does one fail and go forward? But it's a great teaching book. And you could go to his website, which is adventurecatholic.com. And we've had Alan on our show before, but today he's got a new book, and we're going to share about that.
Raising a Godly Daughter.
Yes.
Our first show, which is really wonderful. He's got all girls in his family, a beautiful wife, 3 girls. So that's what we discussed then. And now we're speaking about this book, Failing Forward. When I first got the book, and I was always saying falling forward. That made sense to me. But the name of the book is Failing Forward. So we look forward to Alan's unpacking why that title, what does that mean? But he says parents must allow their children, so he's focused on teenagers in particular, to fail and to learn how to speak the truth with love. Not everyone wins at every part of life at all times. We need parents who know how to speak the truth into their children's lives at all times, every time, and who know how to deliver that message with love. That doesn't mean that they need to soften the blow of a harsh reality. It means they need to love their kids enough to shepherd them as God shepherds us.
Right.
So this is really just a very important topic, and Alan has a passion for discipleship, for formation of young people beginning in his own family. And then he leads all sorts of retreats, 1-day retreats, 4-day retreats, confirmation retreats, parents and teens, retreats. I don't know what's going on now with COVID, how much he's doing that, might be doing it virtually. But he'll get back to doing all of that again. So his heartbeat is like, how do we raise up people who are sound in the Lord, who are confident, who can initiate things, who can lay something out and complete it themselves? How do we walk with them through that process of success, of failures, of trying again?
Well, and I think in the day and age in which we live, parents are afraid to speak the truth into their children's lives. And as parents, if you ain't gonna say it, ain't nobody gonna say it, because nobody's gonna love your children like you are gonna love your children. And we need to speak the truth in love, and we as parents need to know that it's okay to correct, but then it's also to know that they are smothered in love and prayer by us. So, and that's the perfect balance, where they're younger children, teenage children, young adult children, married children. Guess what? They're still your children, and you better be speaking into their lives.
You can go to adventurecatholic.com, adventurecatholic.com. Alan's going to be with us. We'll be right back. There's plenty more to come. Please don't go away.
Welcome back. Well, you're at home with Jim and Joy, and our guest today is Alan Migliorato, who is the author of a great book called Failing Forward. And you could go to his great website. It's adventurecatholic.com. Now, both of Alan's books, Failing Forward and The Manly Art of Raising a Daughter, are available through the EWTN Religious Catalog. All you need to do is go to EWTNRC.com and put in those book titles, and they'll come up. And you might want to say, I really need some assistance in raising my daughters. And here's a dad who has 3 beautiful daughters, and he's learned some things, what the successes of that and the failures of that.
And it's really his ministry, so it's dealing with his own family, which could sometimes be the toughest, I guess.
Right.
But he's dedicated to working with teenagers on an ongoing basis in terms of development and formation, developing within them a sense of assurance and peace and confidence to succeed and to fail, but to fail fall forward when you fail. I love the title of the book.
Well, and even in our workplace and with our children, everything is fixable. So you want to give someone the freedom to fail, and with the great hope that things are correctable and it's okay. But yet at the same time, you want to do your best and hope not to fail. But we're all going to fail. We're all going to make mistakes. Well, Alan, we'd like to welcome you again back to At Home with Jim and Joy. And now we want you to tell our family, just to catch up with you, how you are. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your family.
Well, thank you. I've been great, thank God. I've been blessed. We've been working through, obviously, like everyone else has, right? We've been kind of jumping through the hurdles and the hoops of working through COVID, because a relational ministry is so important, and we've got to learn how to relate, even though we can't see each other face to face. So I have 3 beautiful daughters. I've been married in December. It will be 27 years, and it's amazing. Wonderful. Thank you. I've been blessed and been lucky, and my wife's been patient. So those 3 things work together. And I have an apostolate adventure Catholic, and through that we teach formation leadership training to teens, and that's so important because we inform our kids all the time, and then we wait for that formation to happen so that we can see the transformation. Yes. And it's so important to get to that point, but we've got to let them, go through these trials. And that's why I wrote this, Failing Forward. That's why I wrote that book, is because as parents, we're always looking for, well, why is my kid 30 years old and still at home and not working? And how did he get to that? How did we get to this point? What happened, 12 years ago? What did I do? Where did I go wrong?
Gotcha.
My mother used to say, where did I go wrong?
Well, let's start with simply the title of the book, which I've grown to love the title of the book and can develop a whole theology about it, just thinking about failing forward. But why the title, Failing Forward? Where did that come from? Why did you select that? What exactly does it mean?
Great. Failing, when we fail, when we fail and we just feel down about ourselves, that's where the devil wants us. He wants us down in the dirt with our head down, feeling that we're not good enough. No matter how hard we try, we're not good enough. But we've got to keep moving forward. And we can't move forward from a failure until we realize that we've failed. Mm-hmm. Could you imagine what going to confession would be like if we said, well, I didn't really fail, I didn't really sin, but you might as well forgive me anyway. That's not a good examination of conscience. We've got to get to the point where we're like, here's what I did. Let me name what I did. This is what is wrong, what I did wrong. That's what's in that gap between me and Jesus. Yeah. We've got to name it, and we've got to get past it. But we've got to fall forward. When we fail, we've got to fail forward so we can look for ways to correct it. Yeah. But again, we can't correct it unless we know we failed.
Yeah. Right.
So okay, Joy.
Well, why do you think parents have such a hard time in allowing their children to fail?
Well, nobody likes to see their kids hurt and suffer and worry through things. But really, the key to this is parents don't want to feel like they failed. When you help your kids study for a test over and over and over and they fail, you feel like a failure as a parent. And we've got to stop, letting them letting our kids assign guilt to others. Let them take ownership of the failure and say, we are trying to help you as much as we can as your parents, but this is your job. This is what you do. If you fail at something, it's you. And we can't say that it's our failure.
Yeah. So there are, the many realms of failure. And there's personal failure, moral failures, sinfulness. And then there's just failures in, what we do in life, the work that we do, or the games that we're playing, or what's been given to us to do educationally, or a project that's been given to us. And those are different kinds of failures. I was thinking about this show and thinking about, what you might be sharing about different projects I guess the kids would take on and try and create and perform and so on. I was thinking about the ongoing kind of project, which is kind of, you got to do the science project. It seems like everybody's assigned the science project, you got to do this, the kids are putting it off forever, everybody does the volcano, you know what I mean, that kind of overflows and whatever else at the last minute. And it's usually the parents that kind of put the whole thing together for the kid, and then the kid goes in with the volcano or whatever it is. And we've seen this again and again, maybe some of us have participated in that or in other ways. And I think that's part of what you're saying in the book, is that we're bailing out the kids. And then why are we
Amen.
bailing out the kids? Maybe it's a good intention. We want to help you. Want you to know that we want to help you, or we don't want you to be so embarrassed when you go in, or I don't know what it is. But is that what you're talking about? Kind of that the science project, last minute, the kid didn't do it, and now we're going to put it all together. I'll help you with it, honey, and we get it done. Did we really get anything done?
That's part of it, yes. I mean, I'm talking about all kinds of failure, but that's the most common type that parents and their kids deal with. It's midnight, oh my gosh, I hope Walmart's still open because we got to go get paper mache or paper and glue and all kinds of stuff and make this volcano for you. I mean, no. And so they're like, well, my kid's going to fail science class. Okay, well, then he's going to fail science class. And then next year when he takes it again, I mean, life is a journey. And we tend to treat with things with our kids, like we want that temporary comfort, and instead of thinking of that long-term life and joy, we think about what can we fix right now. But we're really not. We're putting a bandage on a broken arm. It's not fixing what's wrong, and we're not allowing that healing time. If they don't know, I should have started earlier. Then it's like, well, Mom, I had this project. Why didn't you get me the stuff that I needed? And somebody's lost their mind talking to a parent that way,
Right.
But they do it all the time, and it's like, well, this is your fault. You should have had this stuff at home for me.
Yeah.
Well, I see it in, I can remember our boys, mostly our boys, who did this, but they would forget things. And it would be really easy for me just to run up behind school and say, oh, here's his lunch, or here's his athletic stuff that he forgot, yada, yada, whatever it was. And Jim would say to me, no, he has to get this. And so all of a sudden he goes out for practice and he realizes he doesn't have his stuff. Well, he's going to have to figure it out. But those are just ways, and thank God that all 4 of our children are very good, responsible, and they turned out good. But there were those little pain lessons that became teachable moments, that to say, I can help you to this point, but then, you're of the age of reckoning. You got to figure this out. You have to be responsible for you.
Right. Yeah, and I tell a story. I don't know if I tell it in the book. I know I kind of allude to it, where I was going for my Eagle Scout award.
You do tell it in the.
Yeah.
You do tell the story.
It's amazing what happens, and I'll share just a little bit of that with you.
Yes.
Is for my Eagle Scout project, one of the things that I did was, I had to organize a whole camping trip. And when I got to the point where I had delegated, I was perfect. I delegated everybody's job, I told everybody what they needed to do. And I said, I'm going to take the food. I'm going to make sure that I'm in charge of the food because I don't want that going wrong. Right. So you can see where this is going. It definitely. I left the food back at the church before, as we left to go camping. And as we're leaving, my dad says, "You got everything?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Okay." And so he knew that I had left the food back, but that's not his job to remind me. He was just an adult supervising. So we drive about 3 hours to this campsite, and he says, "What time's dinner?" And I said, "Oh, it's about an hour and a half." He says, "Well, what are you going to do because you didn't bring the food?" And I was like, oh my gosh. And so we figured it out. I mean, we figured it out. Nobody died. I'm here today. I learned a lesson not to be, such a big shot, hot shot, and I delegate. I make sure I'm doing my job too.
Right. Yeah, well, I remember the story vividly when I read it, because it was very anxiety-producing for me, because I was trying to put myself in your shoes. So I think, I might not remember it correctly, but it was like a 3-day retreat or something. Your dad's like the scoutmaster. You've had the vision for what's going to take place in this thing. You've delegated to everybody everything, and you get up there, and it's kind of like, well, why aren't you guys cooking? They said, we don't have the food. And I think you said it was about 3 hours back. Now, and you asked your dad, that was one of the things you did, can you please get it? And like you said, he said no. And then, so you had to work through a solution. Well, how are you going to solve this if your dad's not going to go back? Take us through the steps, if you could recall them. If you can, I can.
Oh, no.
In terms of what you said to the other guys that were there, the chaperones thought they maybe go back. Tell us what happened, how you survived, how you ate. Where did the food come from?
Yes, and imagine the anxiety that you were feeling for me. I was feeling too. Yeah, because he's like, look, you said dinner is in an hour and a half. You need to figure this out because we've got, 30 people here, and we have adults who are mad beyond belief that I left the food back there. And they're like, we're just going to find a grocery store nearby. And my dad said, no, you're not. He's in charge of this. So what I did was I got all the other, I was in charge of the troop. I was the troop leader.
Right.
Yeah, my got the little platoon leaders, like we had 5 different platoons, and I said, okay, you guys, I said, I screwed up. And there's the first part of ownership is I screwed up. I left the food behind, and of course some of them were mad, and they're like, come on, Alan. And I'm like, I know. I mean, I can't produce it right now unless there's a little boy walking with 2 fishes and 5 loaves, and we can get Jesus to show up here.
Right.
We need to figure this out. So I talked to him and I said, look, what can we do? And we had driven through an orange grove to get there. So one of the kids says, me and Bob will go and we'll get some oranges, right? Yes. And then Jeff and another kid said, well, we'll go fishing. Oh. So they did. So we caught enough for that day, and they had some hearts of palm that were some smaller palm trees. So we made like hearts of palm, and we made pine needle like soup and things like that. It was really cool, you know? Yeah. And for 3 days, we didn't have any food except what we caught by fishing, what we got in the orange grove, the roots that we gathered, and the different edible plants and things that we came across. So God provides. God provides. Yeah. But we've got to get to the opportunity where as parents, we're giving our kids that opportunity to let God provide, to let us learn, failing forward. The next time we had a camp out, I didn't forget a thing, right?
Right.
Well, and that's the beauty of that teachable moment, but the consequences that when we do fail, that was an easy, well, maybe not such an easy fix, but it was a failing forward where it was a teachable moment. Food was gathered, no one starved, maybe they weren't dining as what they wanted to dine on. But that's the beauty of failing forward, as to say, okay, now what are the things in our lives where we fail and that it affects the other people, right? If we make poor life choices and we fail in our morals in our living, we fail in being virtuous in our living, and it affects other people, right? The gravity of all that. Simple as that one was as a fix, sometimes it's not so easy, right?
No, but that taught me. We have a picture of the cross. We have the vertical beam. We have the horizontal beam of the cross, right? So the vertical beam, I always say to our teams, that's our relationship with God. The horizontal beam, where Jesus' arms are outstretched, I say that is our relationship with one another. And where Jesus is in the middle, that's where we need to meet. We need to make sure that what we do, how it affects other people, we're taking care of that. And then at the bottom, we're connected to the earth, right? So we have all that love in one symbol of the cross, which I love. We've got to understand that our decisions, our failures will affect those around us, but we've got to take ownership of that and keep moving forward. Look, I failed. And the first thing that I said to those kids, I failed. I left this behind. I messed up. How can you help me fix this? Because I don't want you guys to be hungry for 3 days, you know, working on rainwater and worms. So like, how can we fix this? So as a group, we move forward. And that's as the body of Christ. When we get to where we're talking about our theology now, we're with the body of Christ as we fail, and our brothers near us help us move forward. I struggle with something, I can lean on Jim, I lean on Joy, I lean on those around me to help me move forward past my failure, right? Yes. But you can't have people around you who are saying, oh, don't worry about it, you didn't really fail.
Yeah.
That's
right. And you said, well, God provided. But it isn't just like it all fell down from heaven. God provided through the people. Right, because you eliminated your dad going back. They eliminated the chaperones aren't going back either. And then it's kind of like, okay, guys, this is my confession. This is what's going on. But I mean, they went fishing. You ate all these things. God provided through the people in the midst of your confession and said, I got a lot of things right, but this one's out of whack. So, I mean, they learned community. Community, support of community together can help me. And I think that's what you're trying to get across to young people. You mentioned the COPEC method, COPEC. In the book. I think that's central to your book and what it's about. And so what is COPEC? How does it work its way out in the terms of people having visions or things they want to develop and do? How does that COPEC work it out from soup to nuts, so to speak?
So everyone likes a 5-step method, right? We always look for but those are the things on social media that grab us. 3 ways to a thinner waistline. 5 steps to more formed children. This is the 5 steps to better formed kids. So we've got challenge, which is the first C, observe, process, evaluate, and challenge again. Those 5 steps where we present a challenge or we're presented with a challenge, and then we observe our kids in that challenge. We help them process the information where we're actually learning like what they were thinking during this process. Then we give our evaluation, and then we run right into another challenge.
Yes. And that happens. I mean, I could see that. We used to do what we called after action reports. Like when we tried to execute something, do something, then you take, well, okay, what was good about that? What did we learn from that experience? What did that teach us? Where did we fail as, either individually, people who participated, or as a group, that kind of thing. But you can apply this at all ages, right though?
You have to. You can't wait till your kids' hormones kick in and they're teenagers and then they're confused about life in general. We've got to start working this from the minute that they're speaking and talking, and when I say they take ownership of it, we're not angry with them because they failed. We're just pointing it out. Like, okay, this was a failure. So let's figure out how we can not do this next time.
Alan, we got about a minute left. Give us an example of a fairly easy challenge that people could do at home. For the kids.
Fairly easy is a great question, Jim, because it's one of those things where, easy to one person is horribly complicated to the next. But let's say making dinner, and we can use that making dinner as we talk through the process, making dinner at home.
Okay. Right. So that would be the key. You give them the challenge to make dinner, what you want to eat, how it happens. You're going to be responsible for this whole process.
Sure, and you might say, okay, you've got $50 for the whole family, for a dinner on Saturday, and so let me know what you need from me, and that would be the challenge. It wouldn't be you're going to make spaghetti, you're going to boil it till it, or ravioli, you're going to boil it till it floats to the top, then you're going to take it out, add the sauce. That's not giving a challenge. That's giving direction. Right. So we've got to give that challenge and step back and say, here, you're going to make dinner this. I do this with my kids all the time. Okay. You're making dinner, and sometimes they try to outsmart you. My youngest one said, "Oh, you said I had to make dinner, but I brought home make your own pizzas." So Alan, I'm like, okay.
Alan, we're going to have to break at this point. Thanks so much for opening up the book for us, Failing Forward. We're going to find out how the meal turned out and what you did about it. And so we look forward to having you back tomorrow. There's plenty more to come. We'll be right back. Please don't go away.
Back. Now, don't forget that yesterday, EWTN started the novena to the Mother of God for the nation. It's so important right now to pray for our nation. The novena concludes on October 7th, the Feast of Our Lady of the Rosary. So if you missed yesterday, you can still join in. Tune in each day at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, right after the morning Mass, or you could go to 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. For more information, go to ewtn.com/novena, and you can also view and pray along with each day's prayers on demand at ewtn.com/on-demand. You also can go to ewtn.com/novena, and you can fill out the form and have this novena, the ebook, sent to you. I did this Monday morning, had it sent and printed it out, and so I have it in hand. And you could do that too, so that you could pray anytime. If you have a special time, you get up earlier than that, and you can do that. So go to ewtn.com/novena and be a part of this praying community and part of the solution.
Remember the word of God. If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, I'll hear their prayers. I'll forgive their sin. I'll heal their land. And when you pray with Our Lady and all the angels and all of the saints. You're an important part of this family. You're always at home with Jim and Joy. All together we will build a new culture of life. Keep it on EWTN. Bye now.